we're gonna check him out.
No, I mean like the very peak. So like I don't think, especially like that's like the realistic part about it. People, a lot of kids would probably think, oh, I'm gonna become a streamer. I have a chance. Like I don't know. And you also shouldn't want to be at the very peak. You don't even need to be close. Like I am pretty close. I'm literally like, I think 20% of the way to be able to just like quit my job and just do streaming only, if I wanted to. Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. That like you don't need like literally people with like 50 viewers are making enough that they don't need to work a job. The very peak or like those are millionaires. You really don't need to like aim for that. Even if you have like, because even like 1,000 doesn't seem that big nowadays. Because you have people pulling like 50K, etc. And like Jinxie making over 150 bands just off of his subs, right? And subs is like the least amount of money you make off Twitch. You make way more for ad revenue and everything. But like you really shouldn't be aiming for the very peak. Like it's okay to like be chilling.
What is he talking about?
I need to meet you guys again. Oh, he's doing. You know, remember his marathons? You know how he used to like go like lowest rank to highest rank? It's actually peak. Yeah.
Okay,
Ori. It's so peak.
Wait.
No, the first Apex one was actually generational. I went to school 3 days in a row, and he did it. He did it again with. I'm just challenging that for no reason. It's on me.
Okay, there.
Just being dumb. You're not joining? The stream? Not immediately, no. Not immediately, no. Up, bro.
Okay.
Wow.
Right. Really good day. Okay, sorry, dude. This was like a very unexpected start to the stream. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be so real. It wasn't expected, but we're here. We're back. So this is a different book, but this is one of my actual personal diary. So right, the topic for today is what did I even write on it? Because I don't want to write the whole thing. I just wrote social media and self-esteem. I haven't looked at this. I haven't done nothing about it. All we're going to do this stream is just think through it. That's it. Think through it. If anybody wants to give any takes or anything like that, you can. It is whatever, right? Do whatever you want. But you're just going to think through it. Okay? I think I do this a lot. I put my hat on and I take it off because there's nothing else to do. But, right. Should we just get straight into it? Should we? Or no? We do something first. Okay, first I'm gonna I think I have my wait. I have it sent in, like the stream noti. I have the stream notification sent in, but I need to actually let people know that I'm doing this thing. You know what I mean? And yeah. Whatever. Okay. So I'll go on Instagram and I'll just send out notifications. And then we'll see where we'll go from there. Okay. Alright, boom. Allow. Say hello. Alright, there you go. Boom. Discussion today. That's what I'm just gonna write. And then I'm gonna put a link. See links. Where is it? Where are the links? Okay, there we go. Foreign Live. No, twitch.com/foreignlive. Twitch.tv/foreignlive. tch.tv/FRYNLIVE. Done. Okay, there you go. The story. There we go. Perfect. Okay. No, notices are gone. Up. Right. I do think S Archives is going to be here, so I don't want to start without her being here because that would be crazy. So we'll wait until she gets here. Actually, I'll send her a text, and we'll see. But because Orica said that he's not coming here right away, and I was thinking it was gonna be different because I'm not actually gonna be on live too long. It's gonna be an hour and a half, and then we'll see what happens from there. But I'll shoot her a text anyway, and then I'll just see. Question mark send. Okay, there we go. Right, that's fine. Okay, so before that, we'll just see who else is live, and then we'll, do that. Okay. JC. All right, boom. We'll wait for her to get here. Actually, no, I definitely need like. Oh, I could go on Loom Learn. I'll be real. I could go on Loom Learn. Hold on, wait. Let me go on Loom Learn. I need to go on a different account. This one. Loomlearn.kid. Okay. Oh, you guys are not seeing my account. Sign in. Everything's signed in. There you go. Perfect. Okay, and now I'm gonna go on the Pomodoro timer. And I'm just gonna put chill. I'll just make it like one. How do I increase it? Do I have to just keep tapping? Like I'll increase it to like about 3 hours so that it doesn't stop. Okay, start. How do I reduce the sound? Okay, that's good. Just some background music. Yeah, I think that's fine. Make it homey a little bit. Before we get into the topic. Let me check if it's too loud. Make sure it's not too loud. Okay, it's way too loud. Okay. Way too loud. How about that? Yeah, that should be fine. Much better. Okay. Favorite inconsistent streamer? J-Bo's here. Show you. Hey, I'm still on the very top. It's supposed to be here. But Javo popped in. Where is he? Where is Mr. Javo? Favorite inconsistent streamer is here. Where are you at? There, oh, there you go. He's just starting. Bow, bow, bow. You know what I mean? Okay. I don't know what the holdup is though. Well, I mean, there's no holdup. I could start myself. Okay, I'll do this right. As soon as it gets to like 9:20, I'll just get started. Because this topic, it wasn't even actually like brought up by me, so I was told it was gonna be me, Javo, and S Archives, but apparently I don't know, maybe you just don't know. It's fine. Anyway, we're gonna get into the topics. We're gonna see how it goes. And we're gonna do just that. Right. $9.15. I have to put this on full screen. Okay. This is the full prompt. To what extent does social media affect self-esteem? This is going to be what the discussion's about. So, yeah, we'll get into it. But I do not know what the hold up is. Okay, I'll play a game of chess before then. See if that comes to just calm myself down. Play. I'll do like a 5-minute game. I don't really play a 5-minute game, so should be cool. Okay. We just dipped. Yeah, I might take this here this time. Make sure you can see it. Alright. Oh, flip. I'm so stupid. Hmm. How do I? Oh, flip. I'm done. He won. Man, oh no, bro. What time is it? 26. Alright, might as well get started. Oh, she forgot. Okay. I'll just get started. Let's go. Okay, first I need to get rid of this. Give me 2 minutes. Let me just get rid of something and then I'll continue. I might do that after the stream. It's fine. Okay, let's just get into this. Okay. To what extent does social media affect self-esteem? To what extent? So that should obviously be a scale. Okay. So I'm gonna make like a little scale. Right. And then I'll say social media. I'll just say social media. Wait. Go back. Alright, let's do it like this. I'll just say social media. Right, and then I'll go duplicate this. Damn, it's been so long since I did this. Duplicate, and then I'll go self-esteem. Right? Take that out. Move that here for now. Because it starts with a scale. Okay. Right. I have to think about two aspects of it. Right. Social media. The phone. This that does not look like a phone. I think I need to really zoom in to really. Right, the phone. I'm gonna just do it like this. Okay. Oh. How do I? Okay. Right. That's the phone, right? And this is where you use social media on. To what effect does it affect self-esteem? You have to think about the amount of people that are using these. Duplicate. Duplicate. Oh. Everyone's connected, wired in. Wait. And then this is you looking at all of this on your own phone. Right. I draw the face glued in. I'm not gonna make any expression. You understand what I'm trying to do, right? Illustrating it. So all of this information, right? How do I? Okay, I'll just go like I'll do this. Info. I'll kind of make it scattered. Right, person seeing all this information, and so what is that doing to their self-esteem? Well, the easy thing is to say like it brings it low, right, all the way to the ground, you know. So like time spent. Let me see. Okay, go black. Say like time spent on social media. Right, reduces somebody's self-esteem like this, right? That's the obvious thing that you would think for straight away, right? Or I don't know if everybody would think that way straight away, but this is where my head is going, right? But what is it actually doing though? Is it self-esteem? Why would your self-esteem go low? Because of social media. Let's start with that. Why would it go low? I'll ask the question. Decrease. I actually thought of an answer. Whoa. I think the reason why your self-esteem would decrease because of social media will probably be because you're seeing a lot of people's idea of what like your life is supposed to be like, because the only time people post on socials is when something good happens, right? I'm talking about just like your Instagram or your Facebook, or you know what I mean? Like instead of like just this like repeating of like reposting reels and stuff, but just this like showcasing your life, right, on social media, right? I'll say that would be the only reason why it would decrease your self esteem, because when you look at somebody else's life, it makes you think that this is what yours is supposed to look like, when that's not really the case. So I feel like that's what I'm gonna say for now, right? I'm just gonna leave it like that. To answer this question, I would say, so just exposure. Exposure to somebody else's ideal, right? Exposure to someone else's ideal. So this is it. It's just like a lot of information going into your head, and I don't know. Should I just make like a rank, like a this sort of effect? You know, too connected. So yeah, it will be on this scale, like time spent, self-esteem decreasing. Okay, because the scale. Remember, the prompt is, to what extent does social media affect your self-esteem? All right, so exposure. That's the key word here. Oh, hello. How you doing? And the thing is, hold on. Got more students that purchased Loom today. Nice. Very good. Good work. I don't want to ask how many more, but good work. You know? And I feel like it's not just somebody else's ideal, it's too many people's ideal. So that can be changed. It could be this, or I know you want like 50,000. Nah, any one person that purchases your product is good. You know? Too many. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's volume. Is it time or volume? Volume of how many people you're looking at. And the thing is, like, social media is like a there's less of a, I feel like, okay, let me just add this. I'm just gonna make a little place. There's less of a nuance to what sort of content gets the limelight, right? I'll just say that. Okay, so less to what content gets. I'll draw like different characters. Let me just do this. Right, so you have the one that's sort of, yeah, like, no, like, boo, you know what I mean? That's one of them. Okay, you have the other one, like, kind of like a, is that it? Another, like, more. Okay, so I'm gonna like duplicate these characters to show you like what I mean. Okay, so I'll just duplicate this one. All right. Actually, no. I think I'll just get just the character. So duplicate. It's like factions. This one doesn't have legs. You know what I mean? Like when this is when these are the people voting for what gets pushed to the top, then it doesn't really, it's not an environment for like nuance, you know. I think I don't even know if it's much better now or not, because I can't tell. All I can tell is just what I see on mine anyway. So like there's less area for nuance. It's like you have to, there's a certain sort of, I guess, lifestyle that that most people will agree with, you know, and those are the only ones that are elevated like to the top, the ones with the likes, the comments, the this and that. And if that's all you're picturing, that's like your these are the people, right? These are the winners basically, right? Because there's a certain like dopamine release that happens with a like, right? And the people with the most likes suggest that these are the winners. You know? And if there's no nuance between who can win, then that all gets fed back into your mind. So then you start to think that this is what you start to think. That what people do online is how you're supposed to behave. When that's really not the case. Right? So you go out, you try to act like this. But then you recognize social media is not real life. See, now that's what I have. That's where my mind is going. It's like a circular effect. So you see all the stuff, right? Get exposure to it, but these are the people who are voting for the highest, the winners, basically, the ones with the most likes. And this gets fed into your mind, and then you sort of start acting like these winners. Then you realize social media is it's not real life. And this will reduce your self-esteem because this is what other people like, but it's just not you. You know? It makes you feel less about yourself because seeing too many depictions of people succeeding. And this is like there's like a one-upping effect where other people start to try to one-up these winners. You know? People with the most likes. You then get people who go to the extreme lengths to, I guess, beat these guys. And like that competitive environment, although it's like supposed to be real life. It's really not. So you're seeing this, and you're excluded. So that can have some effect, but I'm not sure how much it can. So to what extent? I would say if this is normal, right? We'll go with blocks of like 10, right? So I'll put this at 5, and I'll put this at 1, and I'll say this is 10. Okay, then 1, 2, 3, and this is 5. 1, 2, 3, and then this is 1. Okay, and then this is 10. Right. I'll use green. No, I'll use blue first. If this is regular, I don't know. Like, I'll say time plus volume for this. Time plus volume. Right, because it's not just time. It's right. I mean, time does increase the amount of volume of people you're exposed to. The amount of time you spend does increase the number of phones you're exposed to. So, I mean, you could just say time. You could. Oh, sorry. It's not here. Should be the other way around, shouldn't it? Okay, so time on social media, self-esteem. Let's say your self-esteem is normal. You haven't gone to social media. Social media will probably like... Does it compound? Or do you get over? I don't know. I don't know if it compounds or if you get over. I don't know. Are we done? To what extent does it affect your self-esteem? I think there has to be something to do with like a class of people. Okay, so okay, these are just the normal average people that can think for themselves, you know, like grown-ups, whatever. Just say that these would be like kids, and then these would be like teenagers or whatever. Depends on the... Okay, but the highest amount of people that's on social medias are these sections, so we have to take it like this, right? Kids and teenagers, they spend the most amount of time on this. So to what extent does it affect your self-esteem? And these lot are too young to understand what it's doing to them. How social media affects them. Okay, so they're too young to understand how it affects them, right? So we have to just consider that the most amount of people are going to be kids on these platforms. So I'll decrease that by 2 knots. I'll flip. I go down 1 and 2. It's actually meant to be red. Red is when you go down, and then green is when you go up. 1, 2. Right? You go down. Then they kind of get off it. I don't know if they do though. Like it's 2 steps. It's either it continues to feed into itself. Okay, right. Let's just take these classes, right? Because these are the most amount of people. Like young people are the most ones. Take them, right, and bring them here. What is the new ones behind all these ones? Right. So vulnerable. Who's very vulnerable, right? Depends on the age. I'll use this. Depends on the age. From as early as 13 to 16. How do I get my thing out again? Oh. Alright, 13 to 16, you have 17 to 18, and then you have the early adults. 18 to I'll just end at 21. 13 to 15. Say 16 to 18. 19 to 21. So these are them. Right. Yo. Hello? How you doing? You good? Yo. Zen? Hello? Alright, calm, bro. Bro. It does depend. Okay, I do not. I need to put into 3 brackets. I need to put into 3 brackets at least. By the way, this is just me thinking about the topic. The prompt is to what extent does social media affect self-esteem? So I'm trying to find it, right? What I've come up with now. What topic? What we said yesterday. To what extent does social media affect self-esteem? Right? So I as soon as I saw that, I just went straight for a scale. So this is the scale I put. It's like social media, and then I figured out time and then self-esteem. Like how much does it affect it? So I'll say, because time and volume are like the same thing. The amount of people you see depends on how long you are on it. And like I put different ages. Like this would be like an adult, a full-grown adult. In what aspect? Psychologically, socially, or behavior-wise? I didn't even think about those. I'm just trying to condense it as much as I can within the time that I'm given, basically. But I never really brought that out. I just went straight to a scale, right? Look. Went straight to a scale. But I think that's a good idea. That's a good idea. You need to distinguish all of them. So let me add that here. Okay, distinctions. But isn't self-esteem more of a psychological thing though? You know? The effect of self-esteem depends on content you consume though, or how you use social media. Okay. Spelling English. psychologically, socially. But what else? Behavior. All right, so these three things. Okay. So, all right, I'm gonna ask you this question. Am I gonna get punished? No, you're good. You're chilling. All right. So I'm gonna ask you this, right? From what I've done here, Zen, what do you think it is? Which one do you think I'm looking at? Generally, social media is just an unconscious thing. You scroll and entertain yourself and move on. That's one segment. Exactly. So it's unconscious, right? Right. By the way, welcome in S Archives. Right. But the unconsciousness of social media. I actually said that, right? Young people don't they're too young to get how social media affects them. So it is unconscious, but how, like, when it's getting to a point where it's like actually affecting your behavior, right? How do you notice that, and how do you change it? Can you change it? At that point, will you be too hooked? And does it take too long to change it after that? You know? Social media's effect depends on your mental state. Exactly. So it's highly subjective. Yeah, right, but we're gonna you see all of that, like, aspects. Yeah, we're gonna wrangle all that, right? So does it depend on your age as well? Because that's what I got. That's my first one, right? Because I said it's more, right? So I was gonna like use these ages and turn them into something. But you're saying your mental state. That's another aspect too, right? Okay, I'm gonna put two brackets behind that. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna duplicate that, and then I'm gonna put this here. Then I'll say depends on your mental state. Right, there you go. I'm gonna do that as well. Okay, so let's do this. Give three different like categories for like a mental state. Would you just say like good, bad, worse? Like, can we like just make it simple? I am a whole 25 years old. Read my messages. I did not even know that I was addicted. Wait, I was addicted to TikTok and I had to delete it literally when I deleted it. I actually got itchy and experienced withdrawals. There we go, right? So you know what I mean? Like, so I'd say like it does depend on age, right? In terms of how bad it could get, you know? Because if you're older, right, and you see it, right, you can actually be preempted to do something about it, right? But a child might not even think there's any issue. Like, they can just, stay there all day long, but they don't know what could happen, like 5 years down the line or something like that, you know? So you're saying it's age. Well, I'm saying it's age, right? But even Lemon is saying that even at 25, it's still pretty bad, okay? But Zen is going for the aspect of mental state, you know? Right, okay. So I said these are the ages I said that's most, like, I guess, vulnerable, right, to a more rapid increase or more rapid decrease in self-esteem, right? 13 to 15, 16 to 18. I'm distinguishing these based on like ability to like notice a problem and change or adapt, you know? Like notice sort of what it's doing to a change in behavior. And this is very generalized, right? Okay, so Zen, you said it depends on mental state. Like, what categories can you like put that into? Because there's different mental states of people. I'm live. I don't know where it is. Where is it? Oh, kitchen. Yeah. Let me see. Wait, let me read the other thing you wrote. The positive impact of social media is negligible if you want to generalize. It's a way of going out of the social reality and being your comfort zone, but that's a very small segment of people. Right, because the whole like premise of like for those social media companies, because it's like a free model to make money, they have to keep you on as long as possible, right? Okay. But then this, like those methods do have an effect because people do stay on longer than like that comfort zone sort of requires. You go out to like, take a break, but you figure out your break is sort of extended like 4 times more than you expected, And in that time, what are you seeing? Right? So I'm saying it is the things that you see in that time that affect your self-esteem because, right? You're exposed to somebody else's ideal, right? And this ideal is created from people like you that are staying on these apps longer, right? That are sort of voting for through like likes, comments, whatever, the winners of this process. And these winners generally, hold on. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's like these winners actually have less nuance than what is actually real life, Bro, it depends on people you encounter. So exactly, right? But what I'm saying is that the people you encounter are voted in by these type of people. So like there's less nuance between the types of people you encounter. So when you see people on social media, it only gives you like a specific aspect of people, right? There's something that takes that makes people like a post. You know what I mean? There's an aspect of, I don't know. I think social media can highlight like an aspect of humanity that isn't normal. So irregular people that should be in the limelight find their way to the limelight, and we all see these types of people. It's purely based on validation. Some people's comments and perception can clash with yours. That won't validate your opinion. That can break your self-esteem. Wait, okay, let me read that again. It's purely based on validation. Some people's comments and perception can clash with yours. Right. I think so too. Right. I think it is a clash, right? But I actually went further and said, right? Then this sort of idea of like thinking that what people do online is how you're supposed to behave, right? Is what sort of like pushes people to sort of, I guess, make it like, I don't know. It what pushes people to like do some of the things that they see online, but then they recognize it's not real life, right? That's, in my eyes, is what sort of decreases self-esteem, Or am I taking it the wrong way? Is that a decent idea, but it's just not it, because I actually like what Zen said about the more clashing, that makes more sense. I don't know if it makes more sense, or I'm saying you guys can agree or disagree. For you to sort of think something is great, right, and then see somebody else's idea and it's clashing with yours, I think that's more about anger. But self-esteem is where you're seeing something, right, and you're like, oh, is this what I'm supposed to do? And then you do it, but you just can't catch up with the person that's being put on the limelight. So that, in my eyes, sort of makes you feel less than whoever you see, and that would reduce your self-esteem in a bit because you're seeing the ideal. What do you think? I'll put the clash there. Like I'll take to another part. So okay, hold on. Okay. Or just say clash of perceptions. I agree with Zen, but I do get what you're trying to say for it. Okay, so we'll run with this then. We'll run with this. All right, clashing perceptions. Can you expand on this? Right. So let's explore this. Wait. Okay. A foreign life. You are compelled to behave the way you normally can't in a social setting. There we go. Right. I feel like that's where like ours both links. Right. what people do online is how you're supposed to behave. You know. Something not normal is something social media validates. There we go. There we go. Amazing. All right, good. We're getting somewhere. Oh my days, Zen. Phenomenal. Good. Something. Oh, relax. Spelling. Not normal is what. Social media validates. That's good. I'm actually gonna highlight that. Wait, hold on. Can I? I don't know if I can. I'll just put a red ring around it, or green. Right. I'll put a green ring around it. All right. Something not normal is what social media validates. There we go. Boom. Amazing. Okay. But personally, me, I'll not be comfortable with what people like, honestly. So if I get compelled to do such things just to feel included, I'll feel some loss in my esteem. Yeah, okay, I need to take my face off this, because this does not. I did this because I was playing chess earlier, but that does not look great. It doesn't even look normal. Okay, there we go. Okay, so reduction in self-esteem. Hold on, whoa, it's a lot of stuff here. Right. Okay, definitely behavior. That's definitely part. Right, behavior. I think we're going more on the behavior side of things, like seeing something and then trying to emulate it, but then it not working, and then feeling this. So I think it might be socially isolated, right? So behavior and social. Psychological is different. Psychological is a specific type of content you watch. Wait, I'm walking home, so I'll be back. Okay, that's fine. That's where the screen time matters. It intensifies that effect. Okay, good. Now I said it starts at 5, but like it goes down 2 knots. Okay, let's make it this. Let's like distinguish between time and how far it goes. Okay, actually, I might start earlier. I might do this. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go like people's normal self-esteem. Starts higher. Okay, I'll say. I'll go blue. I'll say it starts around 8. Right, it starts higher, and then I'm gonna make 3 different areas, like short time spent, medium time spent, and a lot of time spent. Okay. So black, straight line, 1. Right. Okay. Wait, hold on. That's what okay, screen time. Okay, bro, why are you making graphs? You can't quantify the effect. Yeah, but we're trying to make it visually make sense. Right, you can't really quantify it, but we're just trying to we're using intuition just to just draw down things that just can't illustrate it, because don't forget, this is visual. Right, okay, so short, and we don't have to be perfect. Short, medium, long. Right. And what I said was like, okay, let's say in a short amount of time, how many points do you go down? Right. Think about full self-esteem in a 10. Regular people start at 8, like decent self-esteem, but could be higher, could be less. When you do it with the social media thing, right, considering all of this that we've mentioned, right, in a short amount of time you spend on social media, does it go down at all or no? Is it like, okay, when you spend a medium time, it goes down dramatically, or does it like, okay, I'll just start doing something, or does it stay like this, kind of like, and then goes down a little bit, and then when you spend a long time, it goes down dramatically, or does it go down a little bit, then go down a little bit, then like it goes down a little bit until like at some point it gets like very low? What do you think? You know, because it's just, remember, we're doing this based on intuition, right? And listen, do not search anything up. Don't search anything up. Just use what you know and how you're thinking about it, right? If we want to look further into this, we can, right? But we're gonna hold on. Wait, let me go full screen. But we're gonna build these up, right? You see all of these. I haven't done this in a long time, but this could be a thing we do, and we build them up. And in the future, if we do need to sort of do research on something that we come across, we'll be able to talk about it. You know? So that's what I mean. So what do you think about this? And how long left do we have? Okay, so I said 1 hour 30. Right, I started in the first hour, so that would be around 11. Around 11. Okay. In that case, when you're socially driven or an extroverted person, you initially have a certain esteem, and when you agree with social media and get addicted, you initially have certain esteem, okay? And when you agree with social media and get addicted to the validation equivalent to your self-esteem, hold on. Okay, all right, I need to read that again. Okay, more like in that case, when you're socially driven or an extroverted person, you initially have a certain esteem, and when you agree with social media and get addicted to the validation, eventually your self-esteem will peak and remain constant, right? But as soon as you start disagreeing or your morals contradict you, you start to lose the esteem as you sustain the observation, and esteem will drop down back to how it was before social media. Oh my days, before you. I gotta take it. Okay, hold on. Can you break this down into like little chunks? Okay, let me go through this again. Wait, what? Okay, extroverted person. I mean, I get what you're trying to say. But I want to try like move it from this into like something visual that I can put up there. But you said a lot here. This is packed. Okay. Initially have a certain esteem, and when you agree with social media and get addicted. All right, cool. Certain esteem. You agree, you get addicted. And does it? Okay, so you're saying that in the short run, if you agree, right, it can actually boost up your self-esteem a little bit, right? Maybe not 1 point, but like a little bit, you know. But then once you stay there, you're eventually gonna find something you disagree with, right? Okay, it would remain constant like throughout here, right? But as soon as you start disagreeing, more contradict, you lose that self-esteem you sustain, and observation will drop down back to how it was. Okay, so you say it will drop down back to how it was in the medium run. But does this effect keep like compounding each other? And does it keep dropping? Or is there a point where it's just like, oh, it doesn't really matter, you're just gonna sort of, it's just gonna plateau? What do you think? Right? Now, that could be based on age. Okay? That could be based on age, right? But if these are the age brackets, obviously there can be younger people on it, of course. There can be older people on it with the same thing. But let's say the median age is like 16 to 18, right here. If we're sort of considering 16 to 18 year olds, right? What does this graph look like? Right? So consider a 16 to 18 year old, right? Consider the sort of average mental state. What does this graph look like? If you're in the current generation and familiar with the way social media goes, then yeah. Okay, so yes to what? What graph are you saying yes to? Are you saying that, okay, it will go down when you disagree, but it will eventually come back up and like stay like maybe a little bit lower, but not too much? Or are you saying that it will keep compounding and it will keep going down the more you spend time on it? So I think we're getting close to like the final like end answer basically. For boomers or old people, it will literally have zero effect. Cool, right? That's fine, right? Okay, I'll say that. Okay, so there we go. This is my boomers and old people. Okay, so to these lot, right? Zero effect. Actually, I might get rid of this. Cut so that people understand. I'll say 0. Right, so these guys 0 effect, okay? But now these are the people I'm focusing on because I think these ones go low. Okay, even for the younger generation, right? No, it won't compound, bro. If your self-esteem goes that low, you will have problems with yourself and identity. Okay, cool, nice. There we go. I like that. Right, like let me not make like a flipping cartoonish like way of sort of thinking about self-esteem, because if this is where self-esteem is at, you actually have like you'll be in a medically critical condition. Okay, so let me not think of self-esteem as in like a more cartoonish way. Okay, let's actually be very very let's try to be as accurate as possible, because if you went here I probably would have went with this. Okay, let's go. Okay, cut. Right, there we go. So in the short term, like it can actually increase higher even, right? But now median, let's actually see it. Okay, so let's say start at 8, right? What I'm guessing you're saying then is this, right? 5 is like the like bottom, like on like below 5, then you actually have like actual issues, you know. So I'll say between 5 and 10. Okay, where does it go? It can go down from how it was originally, but not too much. Not too much. Okay, so medium, does it go down when you spend medium and then goes back up within median because you finally understand what social media is and you're like, okay, this is just the online app, and it just goes back up? Is that what you mean? Or does it like keep going down but slowly, and then long it just goes down and social media sort of keeps you down at that like lowest level? What do you think? You'll get what I'm trying to say. I'll draw a graph. I'm trying to tell you and send it to you. Okay, all right. But even here, right? Even here, like what I said before, does it do this? I'm gonna use different colors, right? Does it do this? Right, medium, it goes down a little bit, comes back up, and kind of stays relatively the same because you finally like you just get what social media is. It's not that serious, you know? Or does it sort of do this where it's like gradually progressing like downward until it gets there and it just stays there? Like after using social media for like a long time, do you just have like a constant just decrease on self-esteem? Or like let's say after a very long time then it starts to go up? Or does it go down medium term and then stays relatively okay no matter how long you use it? Because you start to like consider things. But now remember, these are 16 to 18 year olds, right? Maybe after they become like 22 they get it and it doesn't have an effect anymore. But think about that age period from a 16 to 18 year old, right? Let's say the short would be when they're like 16 to like 16 and 16 point, you know what I mean, 16 and like a half or 16 and 3/4, right? And then median would be like when they're 17, you know, that whole year. And then long would be after 18, you know. Did you send me anything yet? Send it to me. So which one do you think? Which one do you think it is? Is it graph? I'll call this graph 1. Actually, no, I'll use red. There's graph 1 and graph 2. Jen, you still there? Right. But if I was to say it, right, I would be picking, or I would think it's graph. Oh my, wait, hold on. What am I doing? I said the same flipping graph for both of them. Hold on. Okay, this. This. This is graph 2 and this is graph 1. This one here. Right. You know? I'll start getting the sort of answer based on all of this. Wait, 1 second. Oh, sorry, I just muted because I came back. I forgot to unmute it. Because I went out, I forgot to mute it. Okay, so the start of it was accounts, right? What you see. What's been happening. So basically, we've I think me and Zen have just been going back and forth over sort of what it is. So we went with the average, right? So the age. We said 16 to 18, and this is where it's doing it, right? So you spend a short amount of time on social media, this is where your self-esteem is at. And then we ended up in like two different areas, right? Either it goes down like this, which is what I'm more agreeing with, graph 2, or graph 1, which is what I think Zen is agreeing with, but he hasn't told me anything yet. He's still trying to get like he's drawing a graph himself and he's gonna show me. But graph 2 is basically right where it's like, okay, your self-esteem actually goes up because you see things you actually agree with on social media, but then it drops when you actually find things you disagree with, where that clashes with your own perceptions. But then you can quickly get over it and just your self-esteem just stays the same. If we're considering the average person, and on the other hand, believe that you actually stay at a low position for longer, but then after you sort of are older, you can sort of realize that none of that thing matters anyway. So so I'm saying like it affects your behavior longer, so that cycle stays longer and your self-esteem stays lower for a longer period of time, right? So now I'm just getting like a final like answer, so like the final prompt basically for what it is. All right, so to begin, it's like social media affects one's self-esteem depending on the volume of accounts that person has been exposed to. The determinant of this blank. That's a good analysis. Yes, and the analysis is just based on intuition. That's kind of what I want to do here. Is I just want to show like all the information is in here. You just have to go for it, right? Now, and this is what I'm like thinking. Okay, wait, right. If I'm trying to say, okay, boom, I'm trying to help people bring as much value as they can, right, into the world. I want to like not inspire, but like make people feel compelled to doing that. Then it's like, first you need to know that you have the information in your head. You need to know that you've actually been exposed to a lot of things and you actually know a lot of things, but it's just laid dormant, right? So if you can do this, if you can just think about a topic or think about something like this and go further into it, then you can tackle any problem by just constantly always thinking about it, reading about it, learning about it, building the skills to solve that problem. And if you do that over a flipping 5 to 10 year period, like imagine what you could do, right? So it's just about sort of, the first thing is to like get that that matters moment, right? And then the more you walk, the more you can see things appear. For me, it's like I just started with this. This matters a little bit, right? And then the more I think about how to make it work, the more things appear. And now all of a sudden, Zen is helping me sort of engage in this process. It's just going to keep like going like that. But I'm saying that anybody can do that with anything that they're interested in. So just keep tackling each one just a day at a time. Okay? So we're going to do that, like we're going to sort of see that process play out through just thinking about these topics. Okay? So, there. I need to just find the sort of the final conclusion for it. And I'm thinking about it, but at least now I have all of this like data material to help me write the final, Yeah. Okay. To what extent does social media affect self-esteem? Social media affects one's self-esteem depending on the volume of accounts that person has been exposed to. Determinants of to what extent is the person's age and mental state. When generalizing, oh damn, English. When generalizing, right? When generalizing, accounting only for Opinion. Opinion. Okay. Which is my. Which should be in my opinion. Ages 16 to 18. Don't mind the handwriting. I don't know how to write on screen. Okay, that's cool. I can get past handwriting. Wow, that's actually really, really good. Look, this is what. Okay, hold on. Let me. Can I? This is what Zen did. Is it backwards? Hopefully not. Hopefully it isn't backwards. Just screenshot that. A foreign handwriting is a shocker. What are you talking about, that, bro? Okay, introverts, millennials, bullies, kids. Wow, this is very detailed. Oh my days! I'm actually. You know what? Okay, this is what you're gonna do. This is what you're gonna do. Zen. Okay, but you're not in the Discord. Okay. You're not in Discord. All right, that's fine. But I'm gonna put this in the Discord chat. Like anytime I do this, right? I put this final prompt like kind of here. Like let's say, like take this for instance. Who's part of propaganda? I did this, so this is the final answer that I have, and I just put it here. And whoever wants to like add to this can add to this whenever they want. Why isn't? I don't know why he isn't. The purple line isn't just for extroverts. I have one. I forgot the password. Okay, and the purple line isn't just for extroverts. It can be for anyone. Backlash by social media can happen to any category. I'm trying to understand this. It's packed, bro. It's packed. Introvert slash. This is more. Okay, introvert slash morally driven people. Okay, so millennials kind of stay kind of like at the same, and then bullying. Okay, so extroverted, socially driven. Oh, okay, extroverted, socially driven people, like it goes up a lot, but then it kind of comes back down to a normal state. Okay, so you actually have the premise that it starts on 5, like I was thinking before, that this kind of starts around 5, right? And then it can go up. You can say normal, go up, down, whatever. But it kind of starts around 5. But everybody kind of at the end of the day in social media makes it to the same like spot regardless. You know? If your mental state is fine, like you're generally gonna be fine in social media. It's not that bad. But that's just for self-esteem. Self-esteem. You're gonna understand that this is just fake at the end of the day, so it's not really gonna affect you all that much. You know, maybe at some point it will, but it's not really going to do that much thing because you're saying that everybody else kind of like gets back to like that equilibrium. Yo, bro, so you can help and call and ask you something real quick. All right, go ahead. Let me go on the Discord chat. Oh, you want to call private call? Alright. Yeah, being in touch and connected with the social media's perception to stuff can never always be. Wait, being in touch and connected with the social media's perception to stuff can never always be there. Still don't know what that means, but what I think it means is oh, okay, yeah. So like you can't always think of, like how social media thinks. At some point, you just kind of stop thinking like that. And a call on the server. Your server, yeah. Wait, are you calling mine? I don't see you here. Oh, okay. I see it. Yo, What's good?
Me?
Yeah, what's up?
I look. So I'm in a predicament. You feel me?
Yeah.
I need your like opinion, right?
Okay.
If you had um if you had a celebrity that you mess with, right?
Uh-huh.
Or like an
Wait, hold on.
artist. Like,
What do you mean mess with though? Let's get the
I'm
definitions.
I'm like you like them, like their personality, who they are.
Okay, yeah, okay, cool. Oh, Javo.
And say
Oh, Farah.
they were doing like a video thing like tomorrow or some shit, right?
Okay.
And say like you saw this like was it link they posted last week about it happening tomorrow. Would you go or no?
Okay, so it's
Keep in
a
mind,
it's
keep in mind, if you live in one place but they live like somewhere farther than you. So like, for example, like if you're in Spain and then they live like say like a quarter mile away from you or something, would you go yes or no?
a quarter mile. I mean, I drive, so it's like it's not that big of a deal. I'll go.
For real?
Hello?
For real?
For like, it depends though. If it's like a meet and greet, I don't really be doing those things. But like, if it's like some cool and they're popping up and it's a motive, and other people are going, like, I mean not now because I'm so busy now. But before I probably would. Like, why not?
No, this is a hypothetical situation. For me.
Hypothetical situation, yeah. Because I remember one time, what's it called? What are their names? You know those. What are the names again? But like this group came to Ireland one time, and we actually no, I didn't go because they came. We were just in the area. We were in town, and it was happening in Phoenix Park. So like we just went to Phoenix Park because we were already outside. So that's kind of that was it. But if it's so like let's say for instance, right, like a YouTuber that I really mess with like came to Ireland for instance. I would want to go say something. I would want to go see what they're doing. Like I wouldn't mind.
Damn. Oh, shit.
If I was free.
So look. You know who Kisa is?
Do I know who KSI is? Are you crazy? Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay. So basically, right? He put a post last week, right? I think it was last week, saying that he's coming to Ireland, right?
Okay, KSI's coming to Ireland. I knew about that.
Yeah, and he's doing like a YouTube video that's happening literally tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'm in a predicament where it's like he's going to the capital, but I don't live in the capital. So it's like, do I say fucking and go, or is like that effort? You see me?
Bro, why the flip would you? I mean, okay, but
You're giving what I'm saying, though. You know what I'm saying, right?
okay, but like
he lives in the capital. It's like yeah, I could like use a train or bus or whatever. But like,
okay, but the thing is,
the capital,
when you go there, what's gonna happen though?
So basically, he put a link to like it's like a try not to live video, right? Where it's like he's gonna get like content creators or whoever that can make him laugh.
Are you okay, Javo? Are you a content creator?
Yes, but that's
okay.
That's what
Will you get an opportunity like this again? Would it come easy?
You said what?
Would you get as a content creator? Would you get an opportunity like this again to go meet a bigger content creator where you can like maybe possibly get in their video or something like that for exposure? Would you get an opportunity like this again, or would it be likely you get an opportunity like this again?
I mean, I don't
no,
know.
The answer is no.
No. Think about right? Because he rarely ever comes over here.
Exactly. So the answer is no.
Met this guy like twice.
So basically, what you should do is think about the risk and reward. Like, there's no risk. You can just go up to like you say you never really come to the capital. I guess you can come up here for a while, like maybe chill, whatever. If
No,
you
no.
come with
He,
people
he
and then
goes
leave.
only to the, he only goes to the capital, but he doesn't come like everywhere in Ireland. He goes only
Yeah,
to the capital.
but that's the thing. He's not gonna come to meet you. You have to go and meet him there. So just go.
Yeah, but I feel like that's effort for a nigga, right? Or no?
But what is? Are you going there to say, "Oh hi, hello, guys," or are you going there to try get exposure? It depends, right? If I'm going there to get some content out, and I think the content matters more than just the hike of the trip, then I'm going there for sure. You know, it's not a bit of both. It's just like, you know what I mean? I'd go,
Yeah, nah.
but I mean, I don't really care too much about what KSI is doing with his content because we're not really in the same boat. But if you are, then I'll say go for it. Right? It could be an experience as well. You can learn a lot from that like trip too. You can learn that, oh, maybe I should never do this shit again. Right? Or you can just, you know, get in this video.
Nah. I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a cause like you have the application, right, where you have to fill it out, and if you get picked, you get picked. But the thing was like, I don't know, like I don't because like I seen it like last week, I think, but it was so like sudden, so I was like I didn't really get to like really prepare nothing, and even if I was gonna do it, it's like I don't know, man.
So basically, you're saying that
Really
the application is closed and you can't get in the video.
No, it's not like I mean I think it's still open. I don't know. It could be closed. I'm not sure, but it's still there. I can still fill it out. But it's like what they want is like I don't know. I'm a bit dick at me because I want to go, but
If
it's
you
like
if
it's
you're
like effort. I don't know.
if you're not in the video, then there's no point going. Because are you a fan? Are you a fan? Are you gonna find girl and go say, "Oh yeah, can you sign my shirt?" Is that what you're gonna do?
Oh my god!
But if it's to be in the video, if you signed up a week ago and you got in, then obviously you go. But like if there's no other way to get in the video, then you might as well just forget about it. You know?
So you're telling me that if it was you would if you was in my shoes right now, you would definitely like go for sure.
If I was in your shoes, right, that I didn't fill out the form to be allowed into the premises where they're shooting the video, then I wouldn't go because I'm not gonna get a video out of it.
Oh my gosh, bro.
But what I would say though is this: there will probably be a good amount of content creators there, so you might as well go just for the event and then like maybe network with one or two of them.
Damn. Bro, I never had like. Oh my god, this is actually like.
I don't think this is actually quite as hard. I mean, okay, it only is if like getting a whole train there is like too much of an effort for you. But I think train rides are like completely fine. You know, you on the train you can be doing some work on the train. You get there to the event, you do some work, going back home. You know, maybe the ticket for the train is like 10 quid. You know, 20 quid is like it's not too bad for like a day trip. You know.
Yeah, no, I feel
So like, I mean, you could just do that.
Wait. Then get this. Then if say if you live in Ireland, right, and say your favorite celebrity or whoever you mess with doesn't and never came to Ireland but only go to the UK, would you take a trip over there? No.
My favorite celebrity. I wouldn't have been thinking in that way, bro. I don't really take trips out for no one, to be honest. Not really. I'm not really that type of guy. But like the thing is, I'm different. I'm different. I'm different though. Like because I don't do that doesn't mean other people don't do that, right?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I was saying like.
But let's do this right. Let's say my business,
I
right?
get to a point where like people could do that. People could like if you. You stay in Spain or some shit, and whoever that you like, don't go to Spain, but you go to the UK. You take a trip to the UK, cool. But it's like I feel like that's effort for you. And if I was to ever, or if we would ever like, we wouldn't want that and somebody's conscious to like, oh my god, I have to like, it's like, bro, chill. Yeah, I don't go here, but it's like you don't have to like you get the initiative and your support cool, but like to go that distance, and it's like, yo, well, like it's W supporter, but it's like, bro, you didn't have to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want like I feel like that I'll get guilty. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for me to go to him, yes, I don't live in the capital. See, if I lived in the capital, this whole conversation wouldn't happen right now. I would just for me fill it up and then for me. Because like I don't live in the capital, so it's like, bro, for him to be there and have to like, you know what I'm saying, do extra shit from my side, go to him. No.
Yeah, it seems a bit too late now. Anyway, look, I'll talk to you later about this. I need to get back to the stream. So
I want to take a name to see what you said.
yeah, but like I feel like it could be either way. But if it's so much of a hassle, just don't do it. Yeah.
All
All right, bro. Peace.
right.
Yeah, I think it was overthinking too. I'm not gonna lie. It's just like it's either you're going or you're not going. Like it's cool. Let's wrap this up. Let me get the final. Okay, so this is what I have so far, right? And what I was looking at your thing. Okay, this is what I have so far. Okay, I said social media affects one's self-esteem depending on the volume of accounts that person has been exposed to, right? Jay was a weirdo. I love him. Yep. Not more than you, foreign though. Thank you. Social media affects one's self-esteem depending on the volume of accounts that person has been exposed to. The determinant of whoa, what is this? English, please. I'll say this is further determined by a person's age and mental state. When generalizing, comma, what do you mean? Oh, I tried to explain. I tried to explain this to J-Boy. He won't listen. J was in the outskirts, so it's far from him. Capital Ireland. Ah, my head. Bro, it's not that deep, bro. Bro, either go for exposure or stop thinking about it. Yeah, just either go for exposure or stop thinking about it, bro. Don't think about it, right? Oh my days. You're thinking too much about it, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And I think it's also not good for you to like put like this. I feel like there's not really all that much that a KSI show up can really do, unless you're like, okay, I could be flipping what's that guy's name? Ray. You know Ray and like Kai Cenat. You're like you might think, oh, this could be my Ray moment when I go and then they mess with me and like I'm not in all the videos and everything. Bro, don't think like that, bro. That's gonna keep you up at night. Don't think like that. Just go for it's either you think, okay, I could get like some exposure, boom, whatever, but is the exposure, like the little bit of exposure, worth the trip? And then you just think about that for like 2-3 seconds, and then you just like, okay, I'm gonna just do it. Yeah, heck no. Like, why not? Or nah, it's too much. Like I feel like it's kind of that simple. Kill two things with one stone. Language barrier, Sharon. What? Do there ignition? I don't. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Your language barrier thing. Wait, it's just big for me because people say I'm his twin, and it'll be cool if I cross paths with it. You're a KSI's twin. I don't know if that's a. I don't know if that's a compliment. I don't know. I don't know if that's a compliment. Oh. But I mean, I feel like just don't think too much about it. I know the distance is frying me. I know, but the distance is frying me. Yeah, your photo with him could go viral. Skullface. Right. Okay, guys, can we I need you guys to help me finish off this final prompts. You guys are actually here now, so you might as well help me finish this off. Social media affects one's self-esteem depending on the volume of accounts a person has been exposed to. All right, cool. Okay, this is further determined by a person's age and mental state. Calm, right? When generalizing, accounting only for the maturity of people on social media, we should be in my opinion. Okay, I'll say we should be in the range of. Should be in range of. In my opinion. That's the point. We're going based solely off of intuition, right? I don't know. I explained this before, but it's kind of like a thing, right? Think about what I want to do, right? Where it's like sort of let people know that they should bring about as much value as possible, like moving forward for their whole lives, right? If we can just peer into a subject and just be confident and comfortable in what we can sort of uncover, right? Then further exploration, like doing research on it, and this can have you filter out some stuff and actually find the correct answer. This isn't the correct answer. This is just what we're suggesting based on what we know, right? And by putting it in the Discord, other people can start, making it better. Wait. Why would any third person agree with you if we just show our intuition? We need facts, bro. How close do you think this is to the facts? On a scale of 1 to 10. I don't have the authority to evaluate that. No, but just say how close do you think it is? You don't have to have the authority. You can just say your opinion, right? All of these are all opinionated. These are just opinions, This is just like you ask me a simple question. Instead of saying quickly, I don't know, right? I try to formulate an answer and give it back to you, right? But this is an hour of doing that. Honestly, it is close to people's nature or perceiving. But still, it really depends on each person. I don't follow. I would say so too. I generalized it age-wise and generation-wise, as you said. Yeah. But this is it, right? This is just a 1 hour opinion on the prompt. What we were able to do within an hour. What we came up with. Right? But there are cases where older people might also experience spikes of esteem, or the teenagers feel no effect. Exactly, but yeah, like I feel like we touched on that. We said that on our way, right? And all these things you're saying, these could be part of the final prompt, right? You guys can't even, like, you guys need to see that even right now, what you're doing is part of it. We're not, like, you can tell me how to change this to make sure that, like, whoever's reading understands that this is an opinion. You know, we're using sort of the collective, the same way you would do research and find the research you do. That's based on sort of a collective understanding. They read other papers and other papers. This, for me, is just the start of a process, right? If you want to actually go and look at this, it starts by thinking it's important to spend an hour thinking about it. You know? Exactly, but I don't even know what I'm saying. I wasn't even here for most of the stream. That's fine. You can come halfway, you can come at the end, you can come at the start. It doesn't matter. You can add something to it based on what you know. You know what I mean? And then it's up to me, who has been here longer, to say, actually, no, that doesn't make sense because we already filtered through that. You know? Do you understand what I'm saying? Right, so this is just the start of a process. I'm not saying that, oh, this is right. This is just what I could think about in an hour. I had an hour to think about this prompt, and I did. And look what happened. Right? I was doing this, going on this, and then Zen came in and thought about, like, this other part, zero effect, and this, and then we got closer because we put both of our heads together, right? This can be this could be interesting enough for someone to go, actually, I want to do more research into that. And let's say 20 streams down the line, somebody actually comes and says, oh, you know that one stream we had about self-esteem? I actually found this and this and this and this, and I can be like, oh, that's cool. Then I can put it in the Discord. And it's like this sort of gradual progression in what we know. You know what I mean? Because that's literally what the scientific process is. It's just sort of like thousands of years of exploration into science, and like we're here. Okay, so you don't have to start thinking about all of this all over again. You can just sort of, it can strike your head, but there's always somebody else who has had this sort of intuitive process that they have done. Then they went in to look further, right? We're just starting that, and we're gonna do that with we're gonna learn the whole world by doing this. We're gonna know everything by doing this, right? But if you actually want to get to the truth, you can continue to go like further inside of one idea. You can, like, you know what I mean? Do you get what I mean, or am I talking a bit too much? You know? So this is just an opinion, right? Research is 10 times more important, but when I'm doing this, when I'm thinking myself, I'm trying to highlight something. You know? Give me any topic, I wouldn't say I don't know. I would say I want to let me think about it. It could be completely wrong, but at least I've done some thinking, and then you can present me with the correct information, and then I'll be like, oh, that makes more sense. You know? That's why I would prefer more people engage in this, because I could be thinking about something, but somebody else might know more, and they can be like, oh no. Bro, it's just interest. What does that say? What does that say, Zen? Damn, it's so dark. Right. Reflection and introspection. Right. Trust me, I have done scientific research. I have. Right. I have completed my degree. 2 of them. Right. I do understand the process of how to actually go about getting these information and getting it the right way. Right. But anytime I would ever sort of start a paper, this would be the start. Right. Obviously, this can be like, you can just do it quick. You can think about it in like 5 minutes or 10 seconds, and then just go straight into the research. You know what I mean, right? But there are people on here that don't even like understand any of this. So it's just a way to like try to get it in here a little bit. I never said you don't know what it means. Why are you being so defensive? Did I do something wrong? No, was I being defensive? I wasn't being defensive. You literally said it being scientific enough to share thoughts. Oh. You literally said it being scientific enough to share thought midway of discussions. Anytime. I don't know. When did I say that? Damn, that's bright. Bro, I actually need to get a light so that this doesn't keep happening. I mean, I never doubted your degree. No, I never talked about my degree in like that way. I'm only saying that those are the only, because I said it because those are the only times I actually ever sort of engaged in any like research. Some people do it without having a degree, but I only brought that up because that was the only time I ever like done a research paper. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. Like, I never really tried to be defensive. I feel like when I say things, I kind of just want to like just say it plainly, but maybe it can come across defensive. Anyway, can we finish the prompt? What do you think? But Zen, I do like where you're going though, right? You are the person that wants concrete proof for like any, like, you know what I mean, right? Okay, let me finish this up real quick. Right. When generalizing account for the majority of people. You concluded now. I told you what I've thought. I have nothing to say now. Alright, cool. Right, let's finish it off. Right. Social media affects one's self-esteem depending on the volume of accounts that person has been exposed to. This is further determined by a person's age and mental state. When generalizing, accounting only for the majority of people on social media, which should be in the range of, in my opinion, ages 16 to 18. This. Okay, let me see. You can conclude it now. Okay. I think this sentence is way too long. Um, okay, they tend to lose self-esteem whenever they come across perceptions contrary to theirs. Oh, okay, wait. There's something you said the other time. Okay. Okay. Wait, this makes me so. Wait, because social media validates abnormal behavior. Okay, I'll read it from the start. Okay, social media affects one's self-esteem depending on the volume of accounts that person has been exposed to. This is further determined by a person's age and mental state. When generalizing accounting for the majority of people on social media, we should be in the range of, in my opinion, 16 to 18, with an average, a decent. Okay, I'm generalizing, right? So in general, people tend to have like a more, like, I'll say neutral. This sentence might be way too long. Okay, boom. All right. With a neutral state of mind, they lose self-esteem, right, whenever they come across perceptions contrary to theirs, because social media validates abnormal behavior. Okay, now I can bring in sort of the time frame, right? This happens, or actually, should I say the one it can actually increase self-esteem, right? It's about effect, right? Actually, okay. However, when initially introduced to social media, a person's can increase although after a while this is where those behaviors start to take a toll. As people begin to feel is it excluded? I don't know if it's excluded. I don't know. I don't know. I'm stuck. Right. Wait. What do you guys think though? Do you guys think like I'm just based on what we've done? Like I'm just getting a lot of stuff wrong? Because I'm thinking about it and I don't know. Social media affects one's self-esteem depending on the volume of accounts that person has been exposed to. Okay. This is further determined by a person's age and mental state. Okay. When generalizing accounting only for the majority of people on social media, which should be in a range of, in my opinion, ages 16 to 18, with the neutral state of mind. Okay. They lose self-esteem whenever they come across perceptions contrary to theirs because social media validates abnormal behavior. Okay. However, when initially introduced, okay, I feel like this is a bit like I should have put this before. Okay, should have put this before. Okay. Okay, I'll do this. Okay, set of mind. When initially introduced to social media, a person's self-esteem can increase, but this I won't say sharply, gradually. Why is that? I don't know. Okay, I think that's better. This is literally when nobody was here. This is literally what I was doing the whole time, just trying to find out how to get all of this flipping stuff into like one final like. I don't even know what this is at the end of the day. Okay. All right. I'll read from here. When initially introduced to social media, a person's self-esteem can increase. Wait, no, not can increase. Okay, but this process, okay, it can boost your self-esteem, right? But this process then flips, right? It can boost, but this process flips. Okay, good, that's better. It's not process. What is it? Okay, that's better. That's better. That's better. That's better. That's better. I need to finish this. You might ask your crush out today. What? That came out of nowhere. What? Wait. Okay. Why today? Why today? Yeah, because I'm bored. I mean, you could help me out, but like, you're not, so I don't know what to tell you. Okay. So how long have you been crushing on this person? When initially introduced social media, it can boost. The result flips when they begin to come across no behaviors in which you do you. Why do you need my help? It's not really needed. It is. I need help from everybody. I want to confess to her. It's been a long time. We're best friends. Okay, did you become best friends before you started, like, fancying her, or was that always the case? And then all of a sudden you just became quite close without letting your feelings be known? Because those are two different situations or circumstances in my eyes. Known behaviors in which social media validates, although after a while this is where those behaviors start to take a toll as people begin to feel detached from reality. Before we got close. Oh really? Okay. If it's before you got close, it could be a case where you liked her, right? And you didn't ask her out because it was too frightening. But then you got close and the friendship was just way more important than her not reciprocating those feelings, right? I feel like than a potential scenario where she doesn't reciprocate those feelings, So, okay. Do you still think in a way that, let me see. No, you need to ask her out as quickly as possible. The reason is, I'll confess before leaving the country just to get it out of my chest. But that sounds like a flipping, like a flipping, like a romance flipping movie. What are you talking about? You need to confess before you leave the country, bro. I mean, you do, but yo, it sounds like you're in a flipping, in a love story, bro. Damn. No, like that looks like a love story. Okay. I might. Okay. All right. Okay, guy. Okay. Look. Right. Yeah. Say it to her. But how are you gonna say it? How are you thinking of approaching it? What the heck is going on? Basically, Zen says he wants to confess to his longtime best friend of his. No, he says he wants to ask his crush out, basically, and his crush is his best friend. I mean, I don't know how to help. I generally don't. So SR guys, if you have any, like, yeah, go for it, man. Then yeah, let them know. Because I'm just gonna be awkward. Yeah, but that's cute though. Okay. I'm going out with her to a cafe. We'll just tell her there to make it clear. If she wants to stay as friends, then I guess, yeah, I'll be sad. Damn. She will say yes. Zen will be the type of person to say, "S archives. What evidence do you have for that?" Nah, but don't worry. Be optimistic. You know her more than anyone. You're like, if she's your best friend, then you know her more than anyone, right? Like, just if you can see how it would work, like switching that into a romantic relationship because you know her, right? Then just go with that and just tell her why she would be the luckiest woman in the world, or why, you know what I mean? Like, okay, this is what you do, right? Tell her how you are so lucky to have her, right? But do it in a way that you're highlighting how lucky she would be to have you too. No, don't take foreign's advice. Yeah, no, trust me, I don't know nothing about women, bro. I know nothing. I'm just waiting for my wife. Hey, I hope God just drops out of the sky and she just, yeah. Yeah, but I don't know nothing, bro. I'll just leave it at that. Foreign has no steez. Yeah, she caught me. I have zero steez, nothing at all. I would like to make her smile. I want to treat her with the clear intentions of affection, but as a friend. If she doesn't reciprocate, then I can't be friends with her. Hey, facts. That's Pete. That's what I was afraid. I thought you'd be like, oh no, I want to still be. Nah, if she doesn't reciprocate, be like, it's cool, but you know what I mean. It's just not gonna work out. There's no friend, nothing. Right. Look, I like you. If you want me, you gotta have all of me or none of me. You know what I mean? He tried to riz me. Okay, are we lying now? Is that what we're doing? As sarcasm, are we lying? Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing now? Wait. Lying, never. Wait, are you talking? Okay, are you talking about me or somebody else? Because I don't know what you're talking about. This is so sweet. He tried to raise me up but failed. Who did? You. Yeah, you are. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. I did, yeah, okay. Okay. I cannot stay friends. I can't suppress my feelings. Facts. You can't. You can't. You literally just can't. It's literally impossible to. You can't, because imagine wait, but okay, but why are we talking about this, like the like the undesirable thing is gonna happen? Listen, Zen, you're a catch, bro. She would be lucky to have you, right? You just need to be a very, very, straightforward teller. Like, I don't want to do it because I'll give the worst advice, but just be confident. Be yourself and be confident. Those two things will always work 100% of the time. Don't try to be somebody else, because you cannot be somebody else for a long time. You can't, but you can be yourself forever. I don't even look good and I'm dumb AF. Use that to your advantage. And you are not dumb AF. Are you stupid? Don't do that, right? I saw how you think here already multiple times, right? You're smart as heck, and you're going to Penn State, you weirdo. Stop flipping. Like, you see what you just did there? I don't even look good and I'm dumb as heck. Don't do that in front of her. Never do, bro. You have to, in your mind, you have to be like, I am the best looking individual in the world. Like, look at me. I don't look good, but like, if I'm trying to get my wife, bro, in my head, I'm the sexiest guy in the world, and she would be so lucky to have me. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to put yourself in the boat. Like, I am the best person for this person. There is nobody else that will be better. There's nobody else that would make my wife smile more than me. It's impossible. So you just have to be that person. There's something that has to like click, where you kind of like find yourself in that situation where your heart is racing, but like there's no emotion showing in your face. You can be talking to her, like sweet talking her, right? And your heart is like pounding, but you keep full composure. Have you ever done that? Where your heart is literally racing, you're bro, but like in your face, you're just like, hey, this is regular. This is me. You know what I mean? Like, bro, but don't worry though. You'll learn. I'm rooting for you though. I'm rooting for you. Talk to her, right? Tell her she look good. Tell her she, you know what I mean? And then bro, I don't want to, just do your thing. Alright, let's get back to this. Okay. Right. Remember, the prompt is, to what extent does social media affect self-esteem? Right? Social media affects one's self-esteem depending on the volume of accounts that person has been exposed to. This is further determined by a person's age and mental state. Right? When generalizing, accounting only for the majority of people on social media, which should be in the range of, in my opinion, 16 to 18 with a neutral state of mind. How my days? Okay, I messed something up. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go all the way back. What just happened? Ah, flip it. Do you think it would ruin the friendship? Wait, hold on. She's Indian, bro. That's how it works. If you don't listen to foreign, you probably succeed more. Yeah, nah, leave it. I don't think it's a good idea anymore. Leave it. What do you mean you don't think it's a good idea anymore? So you're just gonna leave and never tell her how you felt? No. If you don't go through the experience of like saying what is actually in your mind, you would hold things dormant way too long, way longer than they should be. You need to speak your mind at every chance you get. You just have to, right? And if this is someone you like, tell her. She likes men that aren't like me. What the flip? Yo, what, bro? If she does that, right? Okay, I would. If she's looking at other guys like this, all you need to do is just, Oh my gosh! Oh my days! This is great. Ah gosh! Oh, okay. If she, I feel it. Right, look. Oh, he's tweaking. I'm on live. Yeah, no, you're just making fun of me. Okay, right. Okay. I'm taking it lighthearted. I'm actually being like super lighthearted because I don't know what to say. Right. I actually don't know what to say because I feel like for me, I'm just a very confident person, but that was only built through like years of, the opposite, so like it's kind of hard for me to communicate with you. It's very tough, right? Because like all I can say is like don't say that about yourself. Don't X yourself out too early. You can't sort of rule yourself out too early. Test the waters, see what she act like. That's what you don't actually have to like go full out and say, oh, this is this. You can actually do things where you're seeing if something like this could potentially work, and I feel like you should have been probably doing that since. But from what I can tell, it kind of looks to me like, okay, then leave it. It's been 3 years. I never got the hint, so I don't know. You never got the hint. Yeah, 3 years being friends. Oof. I don't know. I think I can't really say for sure what it means. I feel like if you two are mature about things, it wouldn't be so sad. Oh my days! I need to finish this, bro, so I can leave. All right, guys, I do need to like hop off. I'm not gonna lie. I've been here way too long, and I need to get to bed. But flip, because some people want to actually come in here too, so I got to dip. Sorry for cutting this short, but I really wanted to get this flipping prompt finished, but I didn't. I'll fix it as soon as tomorrow's stream starts. Alright, so don't worry then. Okay, I had a friend that was into me, but he told me, but I didn't like him the same way, but we are really tight. Okay, bye. So don't worry then, you've got this. Leave it, I won't ask, I don't have the guts. Thanks for the hope though. I don't know. I mean, to be honest, looking back, me at your age, I don't know. Probably wouldn't have either. I think a lot of the times for me, I just go based off of hints. You know. Let's see what it is. But like, do what your do. Just do what your mind. Just do the thing you feel is right. You know. And hey, I mean, you're a young man, so I think you'll be able to get through whatever option, whatever outcome happens. I think so. So good luck anyway, right? So yeah, guys, I do need to dip. Unfortunately, I do need to go. I'll be here tomorrow. Okay. Okay, go to bed, Foreign. To bed. Right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.